Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all had a fantastic start to your Thursday here. I'm not going to lie, I'm recording this right after yesterday's video, so I don't know if the like streak counter has gotten another tally yet, but as always, I'll go through the previous videos and tally them up on the next live recording session. So thank you all very much for the support so far. Here's your screenshot of the day, brought to you on the Invicta subreddit by BurgerShaft91, who said, "Now this is flip." And then in the thread, they said, "Went into a library in the cathedral, and these were the flipped items. Isaac is about to have a really good whooping." Yeah, that's fantastic. Going from the library and 2 active items to the sausage and Sacred Heart. Yeah. I mean, we've got a Sacred Heart theme going so far this week, and I'm hoping that it continues today, but who knows how it goes to RNG, as anyone who's a fan of Uma Musume will know. Once again, we're starting with great tiers and good movement speed. Damage is a little bit low, but everything else is fine. Golf 8, Bravo X-Ray, Foxtrot 4, Sierra Tango. But one thing we have to be concerned about right now is going to be the fact that we do not have a lot of HP. So Dead Sea Scrolls was able to get us an easy kill here on Envy, which is good. We also have the jumper cables, which is actually great for something like Dead Sea Scrolls. Picking shears here. Now we do have to be careful. Picking the Dead Sea Scrolls, they can proc stuff that can hurt Isaac. So yeah, that's pretty much the last time I'm going to be using that. That's the only real downside to Dead Sea Scrolls, is just the simple fact that the self damage is quite deadly. Especially if you find yourself in a low life situation here. You want to get away from this bomb rock, just in case that thing exploded. Look at Belial there. I know I said I wasn't going to use it anymore, but look, I'm feeling gambly today. All right, it's a Thursday. You know, it's I mean, technically that's not true. It's not Thursday, but you know what I mean. The video is coming out on Thursday, and you know, I think that this week so far has been a nice turnaround week. After a little bit of a middling week last week, but you know, kicked off with the Get Down Mr. President challenge, and I think that that was really, really a turning point for everyone's excitement. Yeah, I guess we could take Headless Baby's okay, I suppose. It's okay in early game, especially if you're lacking DPS, because obviously the trail of creep behind Isaac will allow him to deal damage without us having to actually be anywhere near the targets. I do want another Soul Heart if possible. Crack the Skizzle. I'm playing a little bit looser here, just because of the fact we do have that Soul Heart. Mom's Pad, which doesn't really matter. We got to be careful of the overlapping creep here. One of the downsides of having any creep-based attack in this game is that it tends to not display everything that can harm you. Look at the Team Rocket logo for a second there. Pokemon fans, anyone? You there? Of course you're Pokemon fans. The whole damn world's a Pokemon fan, man. The whole universe has been born to love Pokemon from an early age. Imagine having a franchise like that where it's just it is ingrained in kids' heads to be predisposed to like a franchise, like a media franchise. Wow, that was some kind of schmooze right there. Okay, well, we're just gonna lose that Soul Heart, I guess. No way we should have taken any damage on this. That is unacceptable. We do get eye drops, but now we're back to 1 HP, and we still don't have enough money to get the Soul Heart here. So yeah, we can't unless there's a penny that drops out of these fires here. Yep. You can't play like garbage. You do that, you're gonna get punished, and there's no excuse for that. That's terrible. Wait. That's terrible. We're going to last week's question of the episode coming in from the Claude Usume episode, or Claude Uma Musume episode, and this one coming in from Levi. It's the question of the episode: where did the name Sinvicta come from? It is a name that I came up with a long time ago. It's not really a name I came up with, but I kind of adopted it. I was reading an article on fire ants way back in the day, And at the time, we were looking at looking for a band name, and in this article, the abbreviation for the scientific name of the fire ant which is Solenopus invicta. They, after mentioning it for the first time, they started using a shorthand for it just to make it easier, I guess, to type or whatever. And they started abbreviating it as S period invicta. And I was like, man, that's a damn good name. I like that. So that's the name that I went by forever. And then obviously, online gaming was getting more and more popular. I started getting into StarCraft and Diablo, and I had a Battle.net account. And previously in Battle.net, like 1.0 or whatever, you used to be able to have punctuation and stuff in your names, denote like clan tags and that sort of thing. So for a few years, I just went by S Invicta, S period Invicta, and everything was honky-dory. But then, for whatever reason, Blizzard decided to change the way that their names for their accounts worked, and no longer allowed people to have abbreviations for their names. So and anyone who did automatically just removed the alternate character, which in this case was a period, and they made it to where I can use this Hangman card. Yeah, we might find something else more useful. They just combined it. So then it just says Sinvicta. And that is where the name came from. And I've been going by it ever since. Okay, we need to stop these little hits here and there here. We don't have HP to be sparing. I know it's Curse of the Unknown, but we're on half of a heart right now. We know that based on the fact that we have this pea puddle here, so... We get a Lover's card, which is nice. A little bit of a misplay there. I should have dropped it in the boss room at least, but to be fair, if we get hit by the boss, we're just straight up dead anyway, so we really need to get some way of stopping this damage here, and I've not been doing a good job of protecting our HP. That's on me. Yeah, there is a unicorn poop in here, so if we get in trouble, we at least have a heal. Dingle will not kill us if we get hit by him once. One thing we can't do is get hit by these Eternal Flies, though. I believe they will cause 1 full heart of damage. I'm gonna use a bomb here just because I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm not expecting to get a Devil Deal here. At this point, we're just trying to survive. We do get an HP upgrade and a Tears upgrade, so it's good. Extra money there. Okay. We can go into the curse room. I'm aiming to try to get a soul heart before going to the next floor, so that's what I'm hoping we are able to accomplish. Secret room's there, by the way, but we have no bomb. Well, we can bomb our way out of here, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to... that doesn't matter because we've got the other heart over there, so I'm going to actually save the bomb. I don't care about the half heart that we just spent because we can easily replenish it here. We can't replenish another bomb right now, so I'm going to hold on to this bomb. I don't know where the super secret room is, and I frankly don't care. And Curse of the XL. Okay, so it's going to be one of those type of runs as a game. So we lost our Devil Deal, which was my fault, not the game's fault. It's my fault, losing the Devil Deal, but immediately giving us an XL floor right after failing a Devil Deal is the worst case scenario for an XL floor. And there's no getting around that. So... we're going to lose at least one Devil Deal here, guaranteed, because we would have had a guaranteed Devil Deal on floor 3, and now technically we're on floor 4. I know that was a Mimic chest, but I was hoping that we were going to get a Soul Heart out of there. Still hoping that maybe one day Dead Sea Scrolls will give us a Soul Heart. It is possible. Absolutely hate spider webs on the ground. These spider webs have caused me to take damage more often than I think anything else has in the game in terms of ground hazards. Get telepathy for dummies in here, which is quite nice. Mind getting the callus, but can't. Mr. Boom. Now he's trying to super jump down there. He's gonna try to super jump as well. Anytime you see a trite inside of in a corner, surrounded by rocks, just get ready because they're about to leap across the entire universe to hit you. Very thankful that we got a damage upgrade there from the random stapler. That's not going to be enough. We need to shore up our defenses. We need to stabilize our HP, get movement speed, get damage. Then we can start feeling good about ourselves. HP, of course, is also a must. The crystal ball, they gave us a soul heart. Let's go, brother. There we go, Dead Sea Scrolls. All right, so we have full mapping now thanks to the crystal ball. And more importantly, we got that soul heart here. That's absolutely massive. I would have never guessed the secret room was right there. Gonna take a little bit of a risk here to see if we can maybe get something. E6? Liberty Cap. I mean, Poppet Fly, it counts for Beelzebub, but it's not something that you're going to be really relying upon. At least you shouldn't be anyway. That was a full heart, huh? That was one full heart game? This is a non-champion Psyhorf. Bizzle here. I'm still perturbed about that. That should have been a half heart, not a full heart. If it was a champion, I'd understand, but game is... We already know the game is in a trolling mood tonight based on this X-Elf spawn, so gotta manage our expectations here and realize what type of run we're working with here. Alright, D-Bizzle. Counting on you. You owe us, game, you owe us a soul heart back for that. That's not a soul heart. And yes, I am entitled to that soul heart back. Luckily for dummies again. Get little spurts of greatness with Dead Sea Scrolls, and then disappointment as I don't have homing anymore. Our range is also very, very bad. I don't know what's been going on with these bad range runs lately. We got the hourglass. Not the glowing hourglass, thankfully, but regular hourglass. Still trying to maybe save a devil deal here, but even if we do, we don't have enough HP to take one anyway, so... I'm gonna fade Loki's horns. We don't have a tier effect that's gonna really mesh with it, and we... Yeah. Right now, we're just trying to survive. Glowing hourglass is, Oh. Go ahead and undo that. I mean, the glowing hourglass does allow us to take pills. We know that this is going to be Mr. Boom, so I might as well use it, right? Get ourselves a Yabe over here. So mad that the E-Beggar paid out immediately. Get Horf. I'm gonna undo that just so we get the money back. Money back from buying the pill. And I'm not a huge fan of the glowing hourglass too much anymore. We talked about this in an earlier video, but it's still going to be helpful for us to, in case we do incur some damage here, to undo it at least. D-Bizzle. One's all you. All you, pimpin'. It's right there. D-Bizzle. Right there. Speed down. Addicted. Something's wrong. And bombs are key. Oh boy. All right. And we get an orbital here. Not gonna lie, game, you're kind of killing my vibe right now. This XL floor into a static boss is wow, dude. The speed that came out of the barrel from. There's no way we were gonna be able to outrun that. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous accuracy. Gotta be careful to creep, but we're running out of room to move. Luckily, glowing hourglass, we still have one more charge. Again, our tears rate is phenomenal. We lack the damage here. And movement speed to stay safe. And HP. We lack a lot of things. But hey, at least we got an orbital. Hey, Gertie. Gertie's not a gimme at this movement speed, but we should be okay if we play it smart and don't let her charge on a diagonal plane. Most of the time, Gertie will take out her own pooters that she spawns. Go very clean Gertie kill. Picamide, which gives us range, which is something we needed. D-Bizzle didn't pay out with a Devil Deal item, and I'm going to take Athame. Athame is too good to let go, and D-Bizzle continues to fail. You really can't get this red heart, huh? You just can't. D-Bizzle. We're not in a great spot here. The XL floor on a run that doesn't have incredible stats is very, very, very dangerous. Dude, I'm not even gonna mess with that. This game is actively trying to murder us. And I don't appreciate it. D-Bizzle, you need to step it up, son. Headless Baby here is our primary source of damage. You know things are desperate. Can't go into the curse room, obviously. Be a suboptimal play indeed. At this point, I'm not even worried or concerned about a Devil Deal. We just need to survive. This is a we have to survive run. Hoping that we get some kind of health up here. I'm not going to use pills right now because we need to be able to get out of rooms that we take damage in. So as much as I would love to take that random pill, it's not at the expense of our only get out of jail free card at this point. And even then, if we get hit by a boss, we're dead. So the glowing hourglass will not save us from a one-shot. The reason why I got out of that mega troll bomb room. Or you have no HP. Pop a fly, you need to shoot when I shoot, alright? I don't need you firing by yourself. And we've gone every which way but away to the shop or the item room, and we continue that trend here. Now just imagine a scenario where our tears rate isn't 5.04. And we would have most likely died on this run. Tarot card, a sacrifice room that we can't play. Mission card, it gives us range for a room. And homing, of course, which is fine. Looking for a tinted rock, looking for a shop, looking for anything. We found a tinted lock. Tinted lock? Tinted rock. Hallelujah. You Bizzle, now's your time to shine here, son. One of those will work. We needed a second one, but it's a start. Baby steps here. A golden flat file, which is great, actually. That helps us get into curse rooms. Ooh, and sharp straw as well. A sharp straw is not terrible here, but it's also not great here. I am going to go back to the curse room, all the way back up there. Sharp straw definitely is the play over the glowing hourglass. It allows us to possibly spawn half red hearts whenever we use it, and on top of that, of course, dealing the AoE damage is huge. Well, potentially huge anyway. We need to get more base damage. Get a free euthanasia here. Definitely not something you can say in public without sounding like an absolute psychopath. Then ideally we'll get a soul heart and maybe a damage upgrade inside of the shop here. But we all know it's going to be a greed fight. Actually, no, it can't be a greed fight. We fought Wrath. Might as well have been a greed fight. Double card. I'm going to hold on to the reverse chariot because it gives us total immunity. I'm only going to hold on to the glowing hourglass until we no longer can use it or we're done with the floor. Swarming me, dude. Gotta put my Matrix Neo boots on for dodging. Yeah, this is not a great fight for us. I'm gonna try to split Fallen, and then we're gonna use the reverse chariot card on him. There we go. Remember, you can't normally move with the reverse chariot, but we were able to get there. Bloody Lust, and yep. That's a devil deal, alright. I'd love to get Death's List. I'd really love to get Lord of the Pit, but we just simply can't. We do not have the HP to facilitate such things. And we might as well go see what's inside of this steel chest over here. And if it's something we don't like, we can just glowing hourglass out and then go pick up sharp straw. But we are going to leave with sharp straw here. We need help. We need damage dealing help. This is definitely worth doing here for a bomb and a key. This is where Headless Baby really shines here. You get it swarmed by a group of enemies. So he's doing a good job here. Things are mostly performing their assigned task outside of D-Bizzle's non-payouts beginning here, but I'm hoping he's turned a corner. We're going to take the glowing hourglass and or we're going to leave the glowing hourglass, take sharp straw, and this is our damage dealer pony in the race, so to speak. And Curse the Blind. All right, so if you're not convinced yet that the game's screwing with us on this run, there you go. That's all you need to know. Curse of the Blind. All right. All right. So let's not expect any more damage upgrades. We're not going to expect any more tears upgrades or tear effects. This is the product of understanding what this game does when it's like this, and then aligning your expectations to prepare yourself for the struggles ahead. Because get ready for an all-timer here for struggle busing. Unless something drastically turns around here, we would need to get at least 4, if not more, HP upgrades for me before I would start taking blind devil deal items on this run. Servant's Kiss is good. Got AWAS. Hoping there's some red hearts or something down here. Blind item. Your dad's key. I mean, this is how desperate we are to get something going here on this run, is we're taking just blind crawl space items. You should never ever do that, especially if you have a no blind items policy like I do, but desperate times and all that. 3 HP is not going to cut it here. Not with these stats, even with sharp straw. Which I've noticed has not paid out with any hearts yet. We can play the long game in here. We win the long war in this. As long as we can stay safe, we win the long war. We can just happily sit back and use sharp straw until you're cooked. Bizzle paying out with a pill. A sharp straw is going to deal 10% of the enemy's maximum HP as damage on top of dealing our current base damage every time we use it. So, but really where the appeal of there we go, finally get red heart. Where the appeal of sharp straw lies is the 10% scaling. The more HP that something has, the more HP it loses. It's that simple. It's the reason why you'll see sharp straw heavily valued in bigger boss fights like Hush, like Delirium. D-Bizzle, this is your time to shine here, son. I need you to give me 2 soul hearts here. And you paid out with 1 spider. Yep. Yep. Suffice to say, we won't be doing a victory lap on today's episode. We will be lucky if we survive this run. This is a giant waste of keys, but at this point we have to hope that there's a ton of chests in here that have a lot of soul hearts or red hearts, or it's just going to be one singular poop pile with 2 flies and nothing else. Again, the devil deal chance does not matter here. We are so far removed from thinking about devil deals at this point on this run that you just pretend that they don't exist. Trying to make sure that green champion didn't split and spawn right on top of us like that one wall crawler did a couple days ago. Very surprisingly dangerous room in here. Very dangerous room with all those champion visses. So we did find the curse room. Even though it's Curse of Blind, I still want to go in there just because if there's a chest, which there is, get a soul heart. They do exist. On this run, in this economy, I do want the Fool card. Reason being is because if we do find a challenge room, then we can very easily undo that. Not undo it, but get out of there. Get a coat hanger. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. Gears is always going to be a good factor up until you're capped, which we are now at the hard cap of 6, because we already took the eye drops. So gotta be locked in here. It's Blue Mom with Sharp Straw. Shouldn't be too dangerous. Better than Red Mom here in this situation. Ibizzle still has dropped us only 1 singular soul heart. He's dropped 3 times more spiders than soul hearts. And I halfway expected another Curse of the Blind. Okay, this is an all-time whiff here from Dark Bum. This is pathetic, Dark Bum. This is absolutely pathetic, son. This is your worst performance that I think I've ever seen. You're just off the team. You know what? I'm not even expecting anything of you. Just don't even come to practice today. Just stay home. Go play video games. You're not needed here. You're not doing anything for us anyway. In fact, you're actively hurting us by spawning all these friggin' spiders. So yeah, just go home. Just go home. We don't need you today. We're a stronger team without you today. When you get your mind right, then come back tomorrow. But you're done today. Got the same amount of soul hearts from that one fortune telling machine than we have this entire run with Dark Bum, who we've had since floor 4. All that being said, would I re-roll this run? No. No. Kidding me? You think I'm going to trust a re-roll on a run like this? Absolutely not. We might be able to bomb our way in there. I didn't think so. Another thing I'm kind of looking out for here is either egglets or we're looking for black flies, because that would allow us to trigger with Serpent's Kiss and allow us to at least farm up some HP here. And we've gone the wrong way again. How does he do it? All right. All right. This is definitely the run we want to be doing full clears on. Sharp Straw refuses to pay out with a half red heart. I guess that's just going to be the theme of just refusing today. These schmoves are unbelievable tonight. Okay, all right, game. Yep, you're proving everything that I've always said about you tonight. You're proving everything that I have said about the randomness and the inconsistency of your consistency. This run has had it out for us since the first floor. It's starting us with 1 HP and trying to murder us with those mega troll bombs. We are unable to keep more than 3 HP for this entire run. And my patience has been hit. My limit has been reached. Giving us blind floors, giving us XL floors, schmoving like there's no tomorrow. We get a petrified. If we get petrified poop, of course it's not a red heart. If we get a bunch of poop piles on the ground, we might be able to make a play happen with the petrified poop hearts. We've gotten the same amount of soul hearts out of bombing temperance machines than we have with Dark Bum. What do you do again? I think a boss challenge room spawns an item. Well, I mean, we may end up having to use that. Lord knows we cannot keep more than 3 soul hearts for very long. Okay, there's the northeastern side of the map. Pig room should be here. And a greed fight. Sorry, super greed fight. Even luckier. You definitely could have argued that I may have been able to use the Temperance Machine to get down to Polar Invincibility so I can actually use Serpent's Kiss, but I am not putting myself in a situation where we're only going to have 1 HP on this run. How did you not die from that? Once again, we are back at 3 HP. Our secret room is here. Really use a womb room, and that is far from it. It's just unacceptable levels of damage here. Just unacceptable. Yeah, we're going to have to use the temporary tattoo in the boss trap room, because we're definitely going to take a hit here. Hopefully we don't take 2 and get double tap. If we do, let's hope that Guppy's collar can save us. He did that at Thame proc. So we're going to take a calculated risk here and go into the boss trap room in hopes that there is an HP upgrade in there. And then, on top of that, we actually have to beat this. We have to actually beat the room on 1 HP if there isn't an HP upgrade in there. But luckily for us, we have the option of teleporting out as well. So, which is obviously that's the whole reason why we took this Fool card. So, let's see. I don't even care. I just want an HP upgrade. That's all I want. It's not an HP upgrade. It's not even remotely close to an HP upgrade. That's my cue to get out. Again, we could go down to Polar Invincibility and hope that the Confessional Booth gives us a Soul Heart, but I'm here to tell you right now that ain't happening. And it's only going to get harder from here. I'm actually going to take this. You don't deserve our hearts. I don't know why that one delayed for so long, but glad it did. Could definitely do without the random Gertie Juniors. And a run that's seen 1 and only 1 damage upgrade. And a run that we've gotten no movement speed upgrades. 1 regular HP upgrade. And no tier effects. So suffice to say, it's been a struggle bus today, and I guess that's what I get for actually praising July for once. I thought we had an understanding here, July. What happened? What happened to us? Yeah, this is bad, y'all. This is real bad. This run is coded for us to lose. Everything that I've seen in this run points to the game is coded to make us lose this run. The only good thing about us taking damage is that we're ramping up our damage thanks to Bloody Lust, and that is it. Notice how the game is not dropping anything. Notice how D-Bizzle still refuses to drop soul hearts, despite us giving him an unknown amount of hearts. This is the worst performance that I've ever seen from Dark Bum, ever. I mean, ever in however many decades I've been playing this game. This is the worst. The level of trolling going on today is unbelievable. Absolutely cannot take damage against Isaac. I really don't want to go do that golden chest. We're just gonna have to full send it. I'm not gonna look for a curse room here. We need HP, but doing the entire cathedral on this build here just feels like it's a bad idea. I will bomb these 2 fires. That's as far as I'm going. No Curse the Blind. Get Monster Manual. Ludovico. Pop. Celtic Cross. Oh, good. Immediately into the worst possible boss for us. And it's a dead end. If we somehow survive this, it's going to be an absolute miracle. We get a strength card here, which is big. You have to forgive the radio silence here, because as you can very clearly see what's going on the screen right now, this game is trying everything. And I mean everything. Want to try to kill Gluttony last if possible here. If we get less than 3, that gives us an out. Good kill there by Headless Baby. Don't know if this is the right way to go or not. Good Athame procs there. Barely skating by here. And I gotta say, the pivotal moment was taking Sharp Straw. Absolutely must have Sharp Straw on this run. Knowing that our damage was going to be low, knowing that we were never going to see another damage upgrade, you can't say I didn't call that. It all comes down to aligning your expectations. That was an amazing end to that room, by the way. You just, when you play this game long enough, you just know. You just know when the game is trying to get you. Again, you can't say I didn't call it. I straight up told you we were not going to see another damage upgrade for the rest of this run. And I called that many floors ago. So recognizing that, I know and knew that we had to make sure that we had the Sharp Straw. There's nothing that's going to make me get rid of Sharp Straw at this point. Nothing. Not even a Soul Heart generator. Because we don't have the damage to trade with the rest of this run. You just simply don't. Once you learn how to assess the situations that you're in, you will become a better Isaac player. Mentioning everything that's going bad, everything that is wrong with your run is not complaining about it. For me, anyway. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm categorizing in my brain what type of run we're looking at and evaluating where can I get an advantage. We need an advantage. We need damage. Where can I get damage? Sharp Straw is the answer. Sharp Straw also feeds us red hearts. Only one red door here, but...
Soul of Cain.
We didn't see a single... We did not see a single chest. Are you kidding me? We just gotta do it. Nigathane procs. Get me so far away from this run that there's a restraining order. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you all next time. I'm gonna go lay down. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Andrew Fluitt, Mr. Moneybags, and Missy. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.